Hi there, David Davenport here, and this is the first Monday of a food stamp challenge or food stamp experience for this month. And I just wanted to put together some thoughts and have a conversation here to help people a little better understand the food stamp program and what we're doing here at Second Harvest. And I'm here with Christine. Christine is one of our food security coordinators. And how long have you been here? You've only been here with us for a couple of months.
I started November 21st, and so I got to go through the holidays, which was really a great experience.
Now, tell us a little bit about what you do here at Second Harvest.
I assist in food stamp applications. I go and do home visits, and I go to shelters and different agencies in our community to reach out to people who might not necessarily go seeking for food stamps.
Now, in just a couple of months, you've been able to help a bunch of folks here in the community.
Yeah, we've helped 205.
Well, that's wonderful.
Yeah.
That's wonderful. Now, now here at Harvest House, we have our on-site pantry that provides fresh food to folks. Have you been able to connect with many of the folks that come here through Harvest House?
I'm typically here during harvest hours. We're here 5 days a week, and we have 3-hour shifts every day. Generally it's 5 by the time we get them in and out, because we extend the hours as long as they come. We're here. And so I have connected with lots of people that did not think that they would qualify for food stamps because they had been told no before, or because somebody didn't take the time to explain to them what needed to happen or what information they needed to give to make that caseworker a little more knowledgeable about that person individually.
So that's a really good point, because I think a lot of people will say, well, you know, if people are eligible for assistance, how come they're not enrolled? Is it a confusing process? Is it a challenge for folks?
Applying for food stamps at the food stamp office is a very difficult process, simply because it's time consuming. It's frustrating to wait 2.5 hours to be told, well, you're going to need this information and this information and this information, and so you'll have to come back and wait another 2.5 hours. So typically people just get tired of waiting, and so they give up. It's too difficult, it's too much of a challenge, and their neighbor only got $16, so why go through all of that to get $16?
It's a lot of misunderstandings and misconceptions.
Right. Here, or with us, it takes about 20 minutes, and I have a very thorough list of all of the things that they'll need. So I try to gather as much information as possible so that frustration level goes down, and it's a little more private, a little less public. And so they feel a little less frustrated. I mean, there's still hoops to jump through, because I don't have anything to do with the determining factor of whether they get food stamps or not, but we've supplied them with enough information to give them a snapshot of who that person is.
Right. Tell us about, are there any things that really jump out, any connections with a community member that you were able to help that really stand out?
There really is. We have some people in our community who aren't very public people, and so they're very private, and they've never asked for help before, so they're afraid to ask now. Our economy is so very low. We have businesses that are cutting their hours back a lot, and so they're working people that have worked hard their entire life. Last week we had six factory workers that were just distraught because by Tuesday afternoon the plant had closed for the week. And so I was able to help about 5 or 6 guys last week apply for food stamps that got immediate assistance because they were in such dire need. We had a lady who called and said she had heard about our program through our backpack buddies. I'd sent out postcards to all of our families, and she had never asked for help before because she was getting by, but she doesn't leave her home. And so I said, can I come to your house? And so she allowed me to come to her home, and we were able to get her information together, and she was approved for $235 in food stamps, and she also received a yellow card But because she doesn't leave her home, we got her signed up for a caregiver to come and shop for her.
Shop here at Harvest House.
To shop here at Harvest House. And then she was able to supplement her food stamps with Harvest House produce.
That's great.
So she's very excited, and she's called me 3 or 4 times to thank me and tell me how great it was, and she's very thankful and very happy that she's able to provide for her and her daughter.
That's wonderful. You know, during this month, I want to take the opportunity to try and share a little bit about the program and why it really works. And you know, one of the things that that surprises people sometimes is that when people spend food stamps in a community, it has a multiplier effect. So for every $5 of food stamp benefits spent in a community, you get about $9.20 of economic activity. So I'm doing the quick math off the top of my head with over 200 enrolled so far that is well over $1 million of economic activity that you've helped to put into this community. So we'll get a Chamber of Commerce breakfast in your honor here fairly soon. Not just for helping raise food security, but you know, that's jobs, that's economic activity, that's kind of the engine that makes our community work. So.
Well, and we really want to just not focus on, you know, once they get their basic needs met, we want to direct people to other community resources and to other things that will help them become more independent and work on their own. Because, you know, if you're hungry, you don't really feel like there's a whole lot of hope and like there's a whole lot that you can accomplish because you're so frustrated and so helpless that you don't get a whole lot accomplished. So once you start feeding them and giving them that basic necessity, then you can, we helped a gentleman find a place that would help him get classes and would help him to, you know, I had a lady call and say, okay, you helped me get food stamps. Do you know where they're hiring? And I just happened to know that there was somebody hiring, and so I said, well, I heard if you go at 2 o'clock today, you can go look for a job. But she had a little hope, and so it made her be a little more productive.
Well, that's great.
So, that's
well,
good.
Christine, thank you for all you do here. And thanks for being such a great member of our team here at Second Harvest.
Thank you.
Food stamps work, and we'll learn more as this month goes along.